Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Monday the 25th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got this morning, fairly decent time frame. The dogs were nice and quiet and worked out real well for me, so it wasn't a big deal. Got the dogs out, kept them quiet as best I could till my wife got up, got them all fed, medicated, and all the good fun that comes with it. Hanging around in the morning. Nothing major going on. It's waiting for my wife ready to go to work, and I had the owners come by and pick up one of the dogs for a while, and he went home this morning. Super happy to see him. He's full of energy. He's a good dog. He calms down well, but man, when he meets somebody again for like the first time or kind of deal, and the owner's there, he's just losing his damn mind. He's like bouncing around and just jumping and crazy and just absolutely having the time of his life. So, but gave them back the dog. He was super happy to see him. They were happy to see the dog, so it all went well. And then it was time to take my wife to work, and went ahead and got her loaded up in the car, got her off to work, and then headed back home, hung out for a little bit. Had to, I was able to go walk some other dogs that I used to walk a lot, and she's now back to working the overtime hours. So she wants me down there walking the dogs midday, Monday through Friday. Used to be Monday through Thursday, then it became Monday through Friday. So, but haven't seen them in months, so it was interesting to see how it's going to go. And he's got a young, unneutered male. I don't know what he is, like Ridgeback, Hound Dog, Lab mix thing. He's not well trained at all. And then she's got a little, I think it's maybe like a pit boxer, but she's real little. And she's a good dog. She's super hyper to see you too, but she's not the best trained. So I walk them quite a bit. I even watched them, I don't know, maybe a year ago, a little less than a year ago, that I watched them at my house, and they're not, we can consider them dog friendly. So it was after we'd moved into our house, and we hadn't moved my father-in-law into the old house yet. So I was able to keep the dogs across the street at the old house, and then they had full run of the backyard, and I was able to stop over there, 4 or 5 times a day, playing with them and spend time with them and stuff, and everything else, but kept away from the rest of the clients' dogs because I couldn't risk the behavior of them, I guess, acting poorly with other people's dogs. So went ahead and head down to see them. So I was not sure how they're going to remember me. It's been forever, like I said. It's been months since I've seen them, and she was concerned about that as well. But got there, the little female's out, the male is in the crate because he tears up her place like a lot, to the point like she kept trying to leave him out before, and it kept going poorly. I kept telling her, I said, at least leave him out after I walk him, because you get him up in the morning, you basically take him out to potty and leave him inside, and he just tears up your house. And I get there and it's tore up books and all kind of stuff. But when I would leave him out after the walks, he was usually never tore up a thing after the walks. So I'm like, well, if we're gonna do it, let's only do that. Let's do that for like a month or two, where he only gets left out afterwards. That way he's less likely to tear up stuff. Once he gets in a routine of realizing tearing up thing is not the only fun he can have, maybe he'll be able to be out in the morning as well. But it must never have happened. So he's still in the crate. So I get there, female, she's super happy to see me, jumping all around like crazy. So I give her a little bit of loving, and I let him out, and they go just batshit crazy. He is jumping all over me and stuff, and just super excited to see me, and just happy as a lark. And just, it's one of those things where him especially, she could do, but him especially, I wouldn't even let my wife ever go walk him. Even without her broken leg, I wouldn't take the risk, because they're just so poorly trained that I wouldn't put her at risk with that whole thing. So, but I got them hooked up on a leash. I bring my own leashes, because leashes I don't like them. So I got them retractable leashes, so I can let them have a little more entertainment, a little more fun, to run around, sniff a few more things. So head out, basically get the timer set, because what I do is I start on the walk, and I set my timer for about half the time of the walk, the half an hour. So I set it for like 15 to 18 minutes, depending on what mood I'm in. So we head out. There's a kind of a dead end street that we take off down. It's like a private driveway that a bunch of houses kind of share. So we walk over to it, we hit that trail, and we head back, and virtually never traffic on those roads and stuff. So it works out real well. Walk down to the end of it, then usually the timer goes off, so I reset the timer. We head back, going back to a little bit quicker than going out, because they don't have as much stuff to sniff on, pee on, and poop kind of thing. So got them back to the place, get them all watered up, get them all the treats or stuff, get them a bone, whatever stuff they want, and then basically get them put away. Head back in town, and I took the truck down because my plan was, there's a shop here locally in town that makes custom stair railing, I guess is what their business is. They get a lot of scrap wood, and it's oaks and mahoganies, mostly oaks. And I go pick up a bunch of that scrap off, and I have a trailer out front that I go pick up the scrap, and then I'll use it to make little bonfires and stuff. And it's kiln dried wood, so it burns really, really hot and really, really fast, and it's nice wood to burn. And my thought is possibly building a rocket stove to use that to help like heat my pool, which now I'm not gonna do because I think I'm gonna drain the pool until next year, because my wife won't be able to use it for another 2 months at least, and by then it's gonna be chilly out, and I'll have to have a heater on it, and I don't know if it's worth trying to waste all that energy to heat a pool that I don't know if she's gonna want to use. So might just drain it and start over again next year and see what happens. So, but I went by there because I thought, well, I'll get some more wood. I like to watch, wood burn anyway. And went to pick it up, and there was like 3 or 4 tiny little pieces in there, so I didn't bother stopping it and anything, which worked out fine because I was kind of running a little bit of time frame, but I had to go back into the car because my wife can't get in the truck. So, and I didn't take the car because I thought I was going to be picking up lumber. So went ahead, said, I got back to the house, hung out the dogs for a few minutes, got them outside, played with them for a moment or two, and then headed back in the car to get my wife because she had to go to physical therapy. So went and picked her up at work, and then I got there a little on the early side. I hate being late to stuff. So, and the way the physical therapy works, they pretty much run a pretty tight ship. So she didn't want to sit inside on the uncomfortable chairs in there. She had nowhere to put her foot up in there. And there's no room in the waiting room for a wheelchair, which I think technically we could wheel her into the gymnasium area, let her sit in there so she's not blocking the entire waiting room area. But she didn't want to do that. So I said, hey, you want to drive around, look at anything? So we drove down Riverside. It's kind of a pretty little spot. Drove over by the Intercoastal, saw some dolphins splashing around and whatnot, and then headed back over, dropped her off physical therapy. Then I thought, well, I got at least half an hour. So I headed over to the shop that's got my Suburban, went and checked on it and see how they're coming. Not making a lot of progress, but it's kind of slow going. I think this is their first time they put a vintage air in, so they're doing a lot of delay in the process. It's taking longer than it should, but they're taking tons of photos, and I don't care how long it takes as long as it's done right. That's my concern. So hopefully it all gets done right. We'll all be all good to go in the process. So got done there, headed back over, waiting for my lovely bride to get done. So she got finished up and went and picked her up at the physical therapy. I walked and held the door for her and stuff. So got her loaded back up, headed back home, hung out for a couple more minutes, just kind of chilling out a little bit. Went and got my run in, got back, and I was really wanting to have soup. I was craving soup. So I told him, I said, hey, there's something else you want to make. So we're going to make like a blackened chicken pasta thing that my mom doesn't eat. And my wife was like, yeah, we can eat that. I didn't really want to eat because I wanted to eat soup because I hadn't had soup in a long time. So, but I had leftover pizza also earlier. So I was kind of like, oh, I'm probably not sure I'm hungry for that much. So that's where I thought the soup was coming in my mind. Ended up there was enough chicken noodle left over. So she just had a chicken noodle. Mom had some chicken noodle also. And then while I was heating that all up and stuff, I ended up eating the last slice of my spicy Korean pizza and decided I'd have that. And I had a little bit of some street corn dip that I picked up at Aldi. I thought I was getting a frozen bag of corn. Turned out I was getting like a potato chip dip type stuff. So put it on some crackers, and that was kind of my dinner after the one single little small slice of pizza. So that's what I'm knocking out for dinner. Watched an episode of Grace and Frankie, and then headed back outside to have a nice cigar. Ended up getting the text. They were coming to pick up the last dog. Well, another dog, I guess. Last dog getting picked up today. So came, picked up the Doodle. That went well. So again, another dog, crazy hyper, so much fun to play with. Her and the one that just went home early this morning, they played a lot all the time. So she was a little bit more bored today because the hyper boxer wasn't here to play with. So, but gave her back, gave him back, I guess, and stuff. I had a great time. I went home. Everybody was good to go. Back out, finished my cigar, and wrapped up, headed in for the night. Beautiful weather, absolutely beautiful. It's been raining off and on and stuff, but it wasn't real cold. Had a pretty crazy storm come through, but I dropped my curtain down to keep my lanai dry. So got that done, and then headed back in, watched a little bit of TV with my wife, and wrapped it up and called it a day. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.